and left, and that's it. Okay, so here we go. What is factoring by grouping? Thank you. All right, so factoring by grouping means it's just a repeated pulling out GCF. So you see here, it's always GCF, always GCF, yeah? So we just have to follow a specific, a certain number of steps. So first is, when do you use factoring by grouping? Because we've been factoring so many times already, but when do you know when to use factoring by grouping? So you use factoring by grouping if there are 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. What week is that on? Week 9. Week 9. Uh-huh. All right. So factoring by grouping can be used when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So the first thing you have to do is to split into 2 groups, and don't even think about it. First 2, last 2. What if eventually you realize, man, this is not working? Then regroup. Okay, you can shuffle them around. Let's say, for example, you can group together 2 and 10 because they have a GCF which is 2, right? So that's also possible. But most of the things we're going to do today, they work first 2, last 2. Okay. After that, you're going to take out the GCF from the first group, which is x squared. And then when you divide 3 minus 2, that's 1x. Yeah? 2x squared divided by x squared, these two will cancel out, so you have 2 left. And then we do the same thing here. 5x, you take out the 5, so there's x remaining. 10 divided by 5 is 2. How do you know that you're doing it right, though? So you need to have some checkpoints in between, right? Man, how do I know I'm on the right track? You have to make sure that you're getting the same thing here. After dividing by the GCF, you have to make sure you're getting this match. They match each other, okay? If they don't, then that means you gotta redo it again. Either you use a wrong GCF or you divide it wrong. Okay, and after that, after checking whether these are matching or not, you bring down the common binomial factor. Common binomial factor is the red one because it's a binomial. It has 2 terms, yeah? Okay, and then we put the outliers together. X squared plus 5, they go together. Okay, that was easier said than done, right? Well, let's dive into our first example. These 6 examples are in Schoology, so you have to enter the answers in Schoology. Okay, here we go. First 2, last 2. Either do this. There you go. Or you can also do the divider line in the middle, whichever works for you. Okay? All right. So now let's find the GCF. What can divide 8 and 64 at the same time? In the chat pod, help me out. What can divide 8 and 64 at the same time? The first thing that comes to your mind, say it. 8, very good. What's the lower power of R? What's the lower power of R? You only have 2 options, R3 or R2. Which one's lower? 2, very good. So let's write R2 down. Okay, once you have that, you're like halfway done. So let's just divide, yeah? So 8 divided by 8, that's just 1. R3 divided by R2, so 3 minus 2, what's left? You're left with how many R's? Just 1 R, right? Good, okay. 64 divided by 8, that's negative, so you put minus 8. R2 divided by R2, it's just 1. So times 1 will just become 8. All right, next. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Find the GCF and then divide again. What number can divide R and 8? Just 1. Very good. So divide by 1. So that's our GCF. Now let's divide. R divided by 1 will still be R. Negative 8 divided by 1 will still be negative 8. So how do you know again that you're doing it right? These two are the same. Yeah? So if they are matching, you did it right. So those that come in pairs, you only have to bring them down once. So you're going to write R minus 8 only once. And then you put the outliers together. But the outliers here are the GCF. So you're going to copy your GCFs together. And you will write, what's the GCF here? 8 r squared, and then what's the GCF here? 1. So plus 1. Okay, so we bring down the r minus 8 only once. Yeah, so you bring that down only once. And then these will come from your GCF. We just combine them together. 8r squared plus 1. Okay, let's try again, shall we? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how the other technique is used, the one with no line in the middle. So parentheses, parentheses. Okay, first thing that comes to your mind, what do you divide them by? 12 and 21. Come on, first number that comes to your mind. You got to believe in your gut. You know, what does your gut feel tell you? 3. There you go. All right, so now lower power. Lower power. P3, P2. What is it? P2. All right. Okay, so now we're going to divide. 12 divided by 3, that's a 4. By the way, I have to write the 3p squared over here because that's our GCF, right? So 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3, and then 2, the difference is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And then p squared divided by p squared is just 1, so they cancel out. Okay. What's happening to my pen? It's acting up again. Okay. And then I have to put like this. Okay, next one. Tell me what your gut tells you. What's your gut feeling telling you about this one? What's the GCF of 28 and 49? First number that comes to mind, you have to use, okay, you guys have to take a picture of the multiplication table and use it as a screensaver on your phone, believe me. Yeah, because I think you know the math. You know what's slowing you down? Your multiplication table. Yeah, I can see that you understand stuff easily. But then when I say what goes into this, what goes into that, you're like, oops, what's that again? Okay, so the GCF is 7. I'm going to put 7 like that. Okay, then divide. 28 divided by 7, bring down the p, so 4p. And then 49 divided by 7, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten anything. Okay, 4p minus 7. There you go. Okay, so how do you know that you're right? These two are matching, yeah? Okay, so whatever match, you're going to bring it down only once. There you go. And you're writing this one down. You need this in Schoology later on. Okay. Hey, you don't have a pen and paper yet. Get one. Just kidding. I'm just getting ready for school. Okay, so 4p minus 7. Okay, now you're going to put your outliers together. Put your outliers together, meaning those that are outside the parentheses. 3p squared plus 7. I'm just worried that it's gonna be hard to like understand each other when you're wearing masks. I should tell my husband to buy me like a lapel mic. I'll just like put it in further with the mask. Yeah. Okay, so that's number 2. All right. Okay, let's try again. If you didn't understand number 1 and number 2, it's okay. We have more stuff to do. Yeah. So don't dwell on the example you didn't understand. Some examples just are basically easier to understand than the others. Okay, so which method do you like? The parentheses or with the line in the middle? Well, they kind of the same thing. Yeah. Which method do you like more? If you're using the parentheses method, you don't have to write the divisors down underneath. Because you can just write them right here, like in front. You like the line? Okay, you're the boss, so I'm going to use the line. Here we go. All right. Okay, tell me. GCF? You're thinking so hard again. I said, give me the thing that first comes to your mind, because most likely that's correct. You guys always doubt yourself. have to be good to yourself. Okay. What's the lower power? Because they both have variables. 2. Okay, so x2, x2. There. Okay. So now let's divide. Tell me what you get. Tell me what you get. You're dividing now the number and you're subtracting the exponents of the letters. I know you got an answer. Type it in. 6x. There you go. All right. Great. Next. What do you get? Yeah, and you're going to think, oh, what if I'm wrong? Just type it in. X. Okay, so x squared divided by x, no more x. So that's a 0. So if they cancel, you're going to put 1. See? Okay, because if you don't tell me what you guys are thinking of, I don't know for sure whether you're getting it or not. And sometimes even the wrong answers, like give me a chance to reteach the misconception. So yeah. I don't want to see all perfect answers all the time. I want to see what's going on in your head so I can teach from there. Okay, next. Give me a greatest common factor. Well, you already have a clue right here, right? You need to get a 6, so that means you need to divide by 5. Great. Now I'm gonna show you another technique. You want this to be positive when you divide, so that means it will only become positive when the 5 is negative. Very good. Okay, great. So let's divide. What's the answer? Even if you don't think too hard, you know that it should match the other, so you should not be thinking too hard right now. 6x, and then it should match the other one, remember? So just double check if you're really matching it. Negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1. Very good. Normally, students who don't get GCF at the beginning of the chapter get the GCF once they get to this portion, to this lesson. So that's why I tried to kind of, you know, space them out, from beginning to end. Because I can see you guys are kind of getting better at the GCF portion already. Okay, they're matching. So you got the answer, 6x plus 1. Give me your outliers or the GCF. What are the GCFs that we divided them by? And let's put them together. Tell me what to write. 2x squared and negative 5. I know you didn't want to put the x squared, huh? Okay, that's fine. I get what you mean. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's keep going. The more examples we see, the better, and that means we have already answered 3 questions of the Schoology work we're gonna do. I know that's what's confusing me. I start all Delta Math with you. I start Schoology stuff with you, but when I check it, you're not even finishing them. You know? Okay, so what's a GCF? You're gonna regret if you repeat Algebra 1 and I'm not your teacher. Mark my word. You're gonna be coming back to me and saying, Miss, I should have passed your class. Yeah, okay, what's a GCF? What's a GCF? If you're lost, start with a smaller number and count backwards. 2, very good. What else? What else? Okay, V2, right? So V2. There you go. Divide. So 6 divided by 2, then subtract the powers. Answer? 3v minus 8, that's good because you cancel, and then 3 minus 2 will just become 1. That's perfect. And then what's the GCF here for the other portion? 7. Very good. Okay. Then, so you shouldn't be thinking too hard. You just have to figure out whether it's matching the other. But you should expect the answer to be like this also, right? So, is it the same as the one on the left? Yes, 3v minus 8. There you go. So whatever is matching, you write it down only once. And then now put your divisors together. Very good. So what are your divisors? 2b squared plus 7. Okay, I need your feedback. Same people are writing in the chat. Can you tell me how you are in this lesson? Scale of 1 to 3, 3 being I've got this, Miss A. So where are you? 1, 2, or 3? I can see that, Emily. Nice. Good job, Anna. Evelyn, good job. See, some of you were having a hard time with GCS before that. I got this. Easy peasy. Nice one, Samantha. What about the others? What about the others? Hey, type in. Well, what are you? 1, 2, 3. You wash the dishes later. Answer me first. Hey, are you on your skateboard? Get off your skateboard. What are you eating right there? You're not sharing? Seriously, Mom, he needs to put his answer, Mom. Come on. What are you? 1, 2, or 3? Oh, am I waking up the baby? My bad, you guys. Okay, let's move on. Am I too loud? I just miss the school right now. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Let's move on. Oops, I gotta clear all these ink now. Are you laughing at me? I'm tripping, huh? Okay. No, but seriously, like some people while zooming, they have to take care of their little kiddos, their nephews, or Okay, here we go. GCF. What's the GCF? Excuse me. What number can divide 63 and 54? 9. 9 what? 9 what? X squared. Very good. I'm going to put n squared. Awesome. All right. Divide. What do you get? 7. 7 what? 7 what? 7n. Then, what's next? What's next? Plus 6. Very good. All right. Good job. Next. GCF. GCF. Now that gives you a clue. You should get 7x plus 6 over here, right? So what will you multiply to 6 to become 90? So when you're stuck with a GCF, there you go. You work backwards. 15. Very good. And for this to become positive when you divide, you have to make your 15 negative. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to divide here by negative 15. Okay, and you should get 7n minus 6, and you're done, right? So 7n plus 6, and then you put your GCFs together, it's 9n squared minus 15. But this is not in Schoology. Why? Because when we say factor completely, you see 9 and 15 still have something in common? You have to take that out. So what number can divide 9 and 15 at the same time? 3, very good. So you're going to divide that by 3. So that means the answer will be 7n plus 6. You have to put the 3 at the beginning. Okay, what happens when you divide this by 3? 9 divided by 3 is 3n squared, right? And negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. So that's the answer that's going to be in Schoology. Okay, one last, and then we're going to go to Schoology, enter our answers, and yeah, I'll show you what the rest of the questions are. Okay, here we go. Dividing by the GCF. Whenever you're ready, tell me. GCF, whichever is easier for you to do first, second or the first part. 7. I would say, okay, I'll write that down because that's correct. I mean, it may not be the greatest one, but we'll see. Okay, 7k squared. Okay. This headband makes my head hurt. Okay, so then what do you get? What do you get if you divide by 7k squared? 3k. What else? And then Emily said, oh, you could do 21. Okay, it's okay, honey. Give me 1 second. Uh-huh. Let's divide 84 by 7. What do we get? 12. Very good, right? Okay, then look what happens. You're stuck with a 3 and a 12, which has another GCF. So I'm not saying starting with a 7 is not correct. That means it's only partially correct. You missed something. Emily was suggesting divide by 21. So how do we get 21? But I still want to work from here because this is also correct. So how do I get the 21? What am I going to divide these by? I'm going to divide them by what? I'm going to divide again by another number. By what? What's their GCF? Tell me in the chat pod. 3. Very good. Okay, so if you divide by 3, you get k minus 4. So in other words, this portion will become the 7 times 3 will be multiplied together. So that's 21k squared, right? And then we got k minus 4. Yeah? Okay, so that's where the 21 is coming from. And why am I writing it that way? My bad. Okay, so we're going to put the 21k squared later on. Okay, so that's k minus 4. And then now let's divide over here. What would this be? What's the GCF? 15. And we have to match the k minus 4. Are we matching k minus 4? If you divide, very good, and see if you divide, you get k minus 4. That's k. Is 60 divided by 15 4? Yes, right? So we're still matching k minus 4. So we're going to write k minus 4 only once. But now look, our GCF here look like 7k squared plus 15. But remember, you have to multiply the 3 also because we divided again by another GCF. So that means, why do I have an extra k minus 4 over here? Okay, so that means our answer will be, oh, what did I do? K minus 4, because we brought that down only once, right? And then the other one was 21k squared plus 15. Okay? But look here, you have a 21 and a 15. Can you think of a number that can divide both 21 and 15? If yes, what is it? 3. Okay, so let's divide that by 3. Put the 3 in front. So 21 divided by 3 is what? 7k squared. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. There you go. So that's why I said if you start with 7, that's not wrong. It's still correct. You just have to, bring out the GCF again later on, which can divide both 21 and 15. Right? Okay, so just make sure that when you factor completely, the terms in your parentheses don't have anything in common but 1. Okay? They're relatively prime. You have to put the 3 in front. Yes, you can put it right here, but it doesn't look standard form. Yeah, so I always put the constant in front. Okay, so you have all the copies of these answers. Let's go to Schoology. Oops, wrong window. Here, you see factoring by grouping right here. Click on that. Okay, preview. So please note that Constants after variables like this means an exponent, okay? So 5 and 2 means 5 times n squared. All right, so to answer these, you guys are going to drag and drop, click and drop, something like that. Okay, so I don't know, what was our answer to number 1? Oh, I erased it already, huh? Okay, well, what was number 1? Is it the one with the 3r minus 8? It's the one with the r minus 8. So, where is r minus 8? Is it this one? The 7.8 thing is in there. It's not there? Really? This is factoring by grouping? You see it? I will try again. No? Oh, what did I do wrong this time? Oh, oh, you mean it's not here on the right hand side, huh? Oh, but it's in the folder. I think I know what I did wrong. I forgot to put the date. So it doesn't show in the calendar, huh? Okay, so today is the 9th. There you go. But why is it only 10 points? It has 12. It has 12, doesn't it? Oh, 14. It has 14. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm pretty sure you have like copies of the answers. So can you find them and, put them in the correct spot? So you should be done with the first 6 right now and just continue working on the other problems later on. Okay. So click and just put it in the blank. They should match. Okay, now can you do 1 or 2 on your own? Yeah, so we stopped at number 6. So now it's your turn. I'll give you some time to do number 7 and 8. Just pick one, maybe number 7. Try number 7 and then we'll move on from there. Number 7. Okay, can I give you 3 minutes on that? 3 minutes. Try number 7 on your own. Okay. What's number 7? That's number 7 right there. Okay, try number 7 on your own. You have 3 minutes. Did you guys have a hard time logging in? This one of our classmates said she couldn't log in. So. Okay, 2 minutes. And did you guys log in? If If you guys didn't log in, you will be marked absent. You have to log in. Here's the link again. Okay, while you're working on that, I'm just gonna double check. Litanya is here. Honey, you have to write your name or sign in. Christopher is not here. Bonnie is here. Anna is here. Amaya is, okay, this is not alphabetically arranged. Amaya is here. Zayden. Zayden, sign in, Zayden. Emily, sign in please, honey. Valerie Gomez is here. Because Zoom is not alphabetically arranged, so it's like sometimes you're on top, sometimes. Mine was loading. Thank you, honey. Yes, make it a habit. Before you log into Zoom, you log into the sign-in sheet also. You know what? If you can't log into Zoom, but if you sign in, okay, you will be marked present, because present by LAUSD's definition is you had a way of communicating with your teacher. So that's why I keep bugging you. Text me, sign in, even if you cannot Zoom. When you guys are juniors and you want to go to a dance or something, you gotta be put in stop clearance because of your attendance. Eh, sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. Hang on, honey. I have to look into that. So I have one today. Oh, tomorrow I have a mastery learning and grading workshop with other San Pedro teachers. And then 11, Thursday is my appointment to have my vaccine because I didn't want to be absent, so I chose like to do it after school. And then Friday I have mentoring with other teachers at San Pedro. So my next available office hours is Tuesday next week. Are you gonna take that? Okay. Um. Uh, so Kyle. Um. Okay. So the first schedule I gave you before it was 12:40 because it's a Monday. So that means if it's a Tuesday, it's gonna be 2:15. Okay. All right. Okay. So all right. Oh, my next week is also full. All right. So wait, where did Silly, are you here? No. Stefano. Stefano, are you here? Yes. You guys are not signing in. You're gonna regret that when you are on stop clearance for attendance, and you have to like do community hours to clear your stop clearance. I keep telling you, you don't believe me. I said attendance is important. Okay. Jacob, where are you? You signed in and then you logged out early. Where is Jacob? Sus mío. Alright. Yeah, he logged in. Maybe is your internet acting up again? So see, even if you like, if your internet is acting up and you get logged out early, if you sign in, you're gonna be present. And I told you guys, right? Am I scheduled for? Okay. Yes, yes. See you tomorrow, honey. Oh wait, it's today. Yeah, Emily, it's today. After school today. Can you make it? Because Wednesdays I have trainings, but I have last 3 trainings coming up. So it's not every Wednesday. It's only when I have trainings. Can you make it today? Yes? Okay, cool. So I'll see you today 2:15. All right. So make it a habit to sign in, okay? All right. So moving on. Let's keep moving on. Where were we? Okay, so you're gonna finish that later on because I wanna also be able to help you with the other one. So leave this window. Okay. So let's look at another one. It says factor completely. So click on that one, factor completely. I wanna show you that because you might get confused when you guys are doing it. So let me help you. Let's get started. Oh, why does it only have one attempt? Remind me on that to give you 2 attempts. Okay, so this one are randomly arranged. So they're not just only factoring by grouping. It doesn't say specifically what method or technique you guys are going to use. So when you are alone and Mr. Siaga is not asking you guide questions, how would he know what to do, right? Okay, I need you to take out your phones. For real. Take out your phones. And I'm gonna give you a new wallpaper. Who uses math as wallpaper? You do, huh? Okay, hey, take a picture of this one. Come on. Yeah, does it matter what we answer? What? Yes, it matters. And I'm gonna explain, honey. So guys, take a picture of this. What you see on your screen. Take a picture of this. Yeah. Now don't include my face, you know. Yeah. You're gonna use my face as a wallpaper? Don't make me famous. Here we go. Did you take a picture? No, you didn't. Do it again. Okay. So I'm gonna explain to you how you're gonna do that. The first problem was this one, right? 4c cubed minus 4c. So what does your new wallpaper tell you? You have to start in the middle. Imagine you are in the middle of a four-way stop. That's how you're gonna use this diagram. So I'm in the middle. What do I read? I read GCF. Oh, I have to do GCF first. Okay, I can do that, right? So let's try number 9. So 4c cubed minus 4c. Okay, what's your GCF? Tell me. What's your GCF in the chat pod? 4 only? That's partially correct, honey. That's great. Next, what else? 4 what? 4 what? C what? Just 4C? Yeah, because the lower power here is 1, right? That's great. Okay. So now what's going to be inside if you take out 4C from each? So what will be left? What will be left? If it helps, you can put like this. At some point you will become comfortable without, doing that. So C squared and then C squared and then what? Minus 1. Very good. Okay. Now you've like 50% done. Let's go back here though in our four-way diagram. I did the GCF, but I came up with C squared minus 1. Where do I go next? So you see here, it tells you where to go next. C squared minus 1 has 2 terms. So you're going to make a left. You're going to make a left. In the left-hand side, you only have 2 choices. You either do difference of 2 squares, the minus and plus combination, or you can do another GCF, right? Okay, in this case, C squared minus 1. So it's something squared and something squared, right? So you can actually break this down into what? How do you break up C squared into 2 same letters? What's the square root of C squared? What letter times itself gives you C squared? Remember the pattern here? You just break them up into two same letters. A and A become, or A squared become A and A, and then B squared becomes whatever that is that gets multiplied by itself. Okay, so CC 1, 1, very good. So CC negative 1, positive 1. And once you have that, very good, Luis, and you don't have to like show it like that. You can just have it in your head. So your answer will be 4C. You put the first group together, C minus 1, and then you put the next group together, C plus 1, and there you have it. Okay, so now let's find the answer. What comes first? Somebody had a question. How do I know which one to put? You have to put the factoring techniques used in order. So you can't do dots first. It's going to mark it wrong because we use the GCF first. You understand? So you put the GCF first. After we did the GCF, we did the dots, difference of two squares. And then after that, we got the answer, which is, where's that? I can see it. Oh, right there. There you go. So the only time it's going to mark your answer wrong is you have them in the wrong order. Okay? All right. Let's try number 14, shall we? Number 14. Okay, in number 14, you have 12x squared minus 20x minus 48. Okay, go back to your wallpaper again. Okay, so here, you're in the middle. You always start at the middle. If you skip the middle, you're going to get everything wrong, believe me. Okay, so GCF. Is there a GCF? Yes or no? What can divide 12, 20, and 48 at the same time? First number that comes to your mind. Remember, even if it's not what we want, you can always figure out later and then just get another GCF if you got it wrong the first time. So what's the first thing that comes to mind? 4. Okay. So let's divide everything by 4. What do you get? 4 times what is 12? That's 3, huh? Oh my god, my pen is acting up again. Jeez. Okay, so 3x squared. 4 times what is 20? So that's minus 5x. 4 times what is negative 48? That's 12. Yeah? Okay, how do you know you're right? Well, 3, 5, 12. So this is 5 times 1, 3 times 1, 4 times 3. So they have nothing left. So that's what I said. Whatever first number comes to your mind, try it. If you end up with numbers that still have a common factor, then do it again, right? Okay, so after we do the GCF, look at your wallpaper. It's on your phone, right? Okay, how many terms do we have? We have uno, dos, tres. So 1, 2, 3 terms. We're going to do this. 3 terms. So what's in the 3 terms? It's the X method. It's the X method. So let's do the X method for this one. So see, even if I'm not helping you in doing this, you have your diagram. Imagine the diagram talking to you like Mr. Siaga, do the GCF, don't skip it. Okay, so multiply 3 and negative 12 together. What do you get? Negative what? Negative 36, right? Where did that come from again? It came from these. You multiply them. And then the middle number goes right here. Okay, so tell me what numbers multiply to negative 36, but they add to negative 5? Chatbot. They multiply to 36. 12? Too big. 12 times 3? No, you can't get 5. Try again. So 12 times 3 doesn't work because it's not 5 apart. Chatbot. Come on, we got 2 minutes left. What else? See, you have to memorize your multiplication by 9. It's 9 times what? 9 times? See, you should use the multiplication table as your wallpaper too. 9 times what is 36? In the chat pod, you guys. 9 times what is 36? Come 1. 9 times 4. There you go. Okay, so 9 times 4 is 36. I'll put it here. 9 and then 4. But I need to get negative 5 when I add them up. So which one should I make negative? Is it negative 9 or negative 4? Is it negative 9 or negative 4? Negative 9. There you go. Okay. All right. So now, if you see a number here in front, what do you do again? Remember, you're going to divide underneath by that same number. Not the beginning number because you already took out the GCF. So you're going to divide by this. Yeah? Okay. So leave the 4/3 alone and this one will become negative 3. Right? So what's our answer? We have a GCF right there. You're going to bring that down. So 4. And then this one is what? 3. The letter is x. So x minus 3. Right? And then this one is bottoms up. A bottoms up. The number comes first before the variable. So 3x plus 4. Okay. And you can see if it's not among the choices, you're getting it wrong. Okay. All right. So this is something that MathWay can help you, right? I mean, it can solve the factoring for you, but you have to like think about the methods you guys are going to use. So what number was this? 13 or 14? Okay, first we use what? We use the GCF, and then after the GCF, we use the X method, and then after the X method, we got the answer. There you go. Okay? So that's how you're going to do this. All right, so you will finish the factoring by grouping that we started earlier, and then after that, you're going to finish this one as well. Okay? All right, you guys, and don't forget your wallpaper. Change your wallpaper to multiplication table or the diagram that I shared with you. Yep. Wallpaper on your phone and wallpaper on your computer. Okay. All right. So thanks for joining me today, you guys. I will see you. When do I see you? Today's Tuesday, so Thursday. I will see you on Thursday. You guys have a great day.